Hello and welcome to day 10 of 21 days of practice. This is 21 days of practice where we are practicing releasing resistance to anything good. I'm your host, Laura V, and I invite you to practice with me. This is the 21 Days of Practice series. In this series, we practice releasing resistance to anything good by doing vagal toning exercises, tapping exercises, and energy or moving meditation exercises. We are also learning to feel safe in our bodies so we can enjoy the good things in our lives. And today, I'm not quite sure what we're focusing on yet. I will feel into that. It is afternoon. I usually do these in the morning or I do them a day or two ahead, but that's not what happened. And I had actually a pretty amazing morning, which I will share with you after we do some practice, because that's what you came here for, is to practice. So, well, here's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to do we'll do our vagal toning exercise, and then we'll do some grounding. That's what we're going to do today. So we're going to move some energy with a tree exercise. I've done it a few times, but here we are. So, oh, sorry, my shirt. I wasn't intending to record in this shirt, but here we go. All right. So how do we do the vagal toning? Let's do this one. There's two of them. We're going to do the eye one. So you're going to hold your head straight and turn your eyes to the right until you get a yawn, a sigh, or a swallow. And I got a yawn and a swallow. So we're coming back to center and we're going to the left. And waiting until we get, this one takes a little longer. A yawn. There it is. A little bit of one. A swallow or a sigh. Oh, okay, there was the sigh. So here we are. If you need a little more time, feel free to pause and give yourself a little more time. Let's do the tree exercise. So this helped someone who was grieving this morning. So what we do is we close our eyes, tune into our body through our breath. Breathe in and out from your heart space. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes. Let that yawn, sigh, or swallow happen. There we go. Now, bring your attention down to your lower dantian, your lower abdomen, your sacral center, that place in your body just above your pelvis. Breathe into that space. Feel the solidness of that space. That always makes me sigh like that. Audibly. Oh, yep. Okay, I guess that's another release method. Fantastic. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Let's send the lower half of our body down into the earth. Down, down, down. Sending our roots in all directions so that we have a solid and firm root system. Connecting with the roots of other of the trees and of other beings who are grounding right now and making this web of connection or tapping into a web of connection. And then we're going to send that taproot all the way down to Mother Gaia, all the way down to the core of the earth. So sending it down, 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 down. There she is. Connect. Tap in. All right. Now, as you breathe in, draw her energy up into your feet, your legs, your pelvis. So breathe in and draw it up. And as you breathe out, release. Just release anything and everything that you'll let go. Just let it go, please. Anything you just are, I don't want anymore. Even the stuff that you think you have to have, let it go. Just let it go down there. Let the heaviness, let the pain, let the grief, let the fear, let it all go. Breathe in, draw it up into your heart space, and release on the exhale. Whew, letting it go. And then one more time, breathe in and draw it all the way up to the top of your head. And let it come up and over. And as you exhale, that energy is flowing down and around you. Breathe in, and that energy comes up your center. Breathe out, and the energy goes down and around you. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. And then just let that energy run. It's like you have to start it with intention, and then it just starts to run on its own, and you don't have to give it that intense focus. And now you're plugged in. Now, if you want to take it, that's great for grounding, and it's awesome. There's another part to it. And the other part is close your eyes to connect in. Take the upper part of your body and stretch it up into the heavens, into the divine realms. Up, 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 up. Your head and your hands create the canopy of branches and leaves, and you soak in the divine white light. And as you breathe out, the divine white light goes down through you to Mother Gaia, all the way down. And then as you breathe in, the energy comes up from the earth, all the way up to the divine realms. Soak in the divine light energy, and on the exhale, release and send it down to the earth. Breathe in, earth up to the divine. Breathe out, divine down to the earth. And you are the bridge between heaven and earth. Breathing in the earth energy and up, 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 up. Soaking in that divine white light, and then breathe out and send it all the way down. Down, 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 down. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. And then just be in the stillness. And there you go. And there's our practice for today. And now that I'm all grounded, I'm like, I don't need to tell you about my day. What I can tell you, though, what I will tell you is this stuff works. I learned today that the work I've been doing for the last 2 months is making a difference. I've been really frustrated with my weight. My weight is going down. My blood pressure was high just a month ago. It is now down. So I started doing this trauma release stuff back in late October and into November. And then I started this practice with you guys 10 days ago. 2 weeks ago, I went to a doctor's appointment. That's how I've learned all this. Like, my blood pressure's down, my weight is going down. I'm like, what the heck? How cool is this? And the doctor came in and she's like, "You're doing great." I'm like, "I know." And I told her, I said, if we had met 2 weeks ago, like that was the appointment that was scheduled that I missed. And I thought, oh crap, I did that to myself. I set myself up for failure. I don't think that was it. I think my higher self was like, nope, you need you need some time yet. Because I told her 2 weeks ago we would have had a very different conversation. And she's like, "Oh, I'm glad we met today." I'm like, "Me too." Because wow. 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 So thank you for those who have been doing this with me, and know that it will pay off. You will. I've been working on this. So what have I been doing specifically? I've been doing energy work. I've been facing my fears, man. Fears have been coming up, and I've been facing them and saying, no, no, I'm going to have better. I want better. I'm not going to be in this fear anymore. And I'm getting out of these human situations that's putting me in a fear state. Like, no, I'm done. No. And I've been taking a metaphysical stand, like, okay, I can govern my body, I can govern its feeling and action. How do I do that? I'm like, God, show me how. And he has. And I've been releasing the trauma. I've been toning my vagal nerve. I've been feeling my body release. I've been really actively grounding. And so my body is more relaxed and it's finally letting go of stuff. And then I've been guided to just better things like Sunday. Wow. I went to see my friend. I'd gotten triggered that Monday before, and that's when we scheduled to meet Sunday. So that was, a few days ago, and then a week ago Monday is when we talked. And Sunday morning, I was in a fear state because some stuff had happened and I got triggered. I'm learning how to face my triggers and how to process them, but I'm also like, I'm releasing stuff. Like stuff's coming up so that it can be released. And so I met her and we met at a cafe, a coffee shop, and she bought me breakfast and I just was feeling so loved and cared for. And she was looking at tallow. She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this and we'll share it." I'm like, "Awesome." So we did that. And then as we were checking out, I looked, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, no way. Mud water right in front of my face." I had been seeing this advertised for 2 weeks and I didn't do it. It was like Spirit was saying, "Okay, we've been offering this to you and you have not taken us up on the offer, so here it is, get it." Okay, so I got it because my friend is into herbs and stuff, and she's like, mushrooms will help with some of your issues. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, I was gonna make the soup and I didn't make the soup. She's like, we'll just do sandwiches. I said, could we make the soup? So we made the soup together so that I learned how to make it. And it was so good. She used curry. It was so good that the next day I I had some funds available to go buy the vegetables and the curry and the beans. And I had chicken stock from Thanksgiving in the refrigerator. I'm like, I gotta use this up before it goes bad. And so yeah, I used that. Had ChatGPT help me how to figure this out. And so I put that in and they're like, use the turkey fat, skim off the fat, and bloom the spices. I'm like, what? So, but I was like, whoa. So I put in some curry powder and whoa. And I added some ground ginger and some cinnamon and oh. And then I added let's see, the vegetables. And I need a few more spices. And so I put in a few more spices and it was starting to kind of burn at the bottom a little bit, like caramelizing. So I put in some stock with water. I made about 3 cups of stock and threw that in. And then I threw in the beans and then I just let it simmer and firm up. And then I added a little bit of salt and oh my goodness, it just filled my belly with warmth. Oh, it was so delicious and so good. And my digestion's better. It's only been 3 days. I've only been doing this for, yeah, 3 days. This is day three. And wow, just everything's turning around. And I know it's just all of these things combined is what is making a difference. So I've just been like, I just need to see results. And I'm getting results. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. So yeah. So this practice, thank you. It works and it's good. And I hope you're benefiting from it as well. All right. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.